Y muy bien, gente, sean todos bienvenidos. Que se llama Gone Home. Bien, estamos acá para probar este nuevo juego que nos ha regalado en este mes de junio de 2016. PlayStation o PSN Plus. Vamos a ver qué es lo que nos tiene esperado este juego maravilloso. Puse parte 1 porque por más de que leí una sinopsis, un pequeño análisis sin spoilers, es una historia, es para contar una historia y no tiene un mínimo de duración de 2
Hi,
horas.
Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Voy a acomodar todo porque quiero oscuridad plena. No, mejor directamente voy a apagar. Junio 7, hoy es 5, boludo. No, hoy es 9. Hoy es 9. Bueno. Por ahora es algo que impresione, pero... Wow, 60 FPS. Pero un segundo, 60 FPS. Katie Greenby, Portland, vuelo 270. 6 de junio de 1995. Ok. Siento no poder estar ahí para verte, pero me resulta imposible. Por favor, no te pongas a indagar para descubrir dónde estoy. No quiero que lo sepa nadie. Algún día volveremos a vernos, no te preocupes. Te quiero, Sam. Ok, ¿y ahora? Ok, ¿tengo que salir? No. Bueno... ¿Y ahora? Hay una alfombra, ¿verdad? No. Ok, ¿y ahora? Sí me está lloviendo, concha. A ver. $50. No tiene nada que ver. No tiene nada que agarrar. O sea que básicamente puedo agarrar todo. No puedo agarrar mis cosas. De Alemania vengo, ¿no? Sí. Bueno. Mamá. Juro que no me spoileé nada, solo sabía que estaba esta foto. O sea, en la sinopsis estaba así, esta foto. Pero no sé nada, no sé qué carajo que sé. Solo sé que no tiene acción, no tiene nada, es solo para leer ¿cómo se dice? Una historia. Wellspring, Movers, Inc., Factura, Torrents, Greenbrier. 1800. Lista detallada del contenido en envío. Caja de cocina, dormitorio. Continúa la hoja junta.
Much has changed. even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you.
Si se mueve a una casa nueva en no sé dónde. Sé que había un bebé. No. Otro... Ah, no. Rollos de cocina. ¿No? Curitos, 100 curitos. Lo tiro a la mierda. No, pues lo puedo bajar en cualquier lado. Repelente, a ver. Bueno. No se puede correr. Y bueno, como siempre una biblioteca siempre llego para hacer. Hecho en México. Oh, mira. Mira. Ah, mira, finales regionales de atletismo 100 metros de relevos femeninos. Primer puesto Jamie Bloom, Carla Jones, Shauna Rossi, Katie Grambia. Todo lo que agarro lo voy a tirar porque si no voy a estar leyendo. Parece que es una chica bastante atlética. A ver, para. Si esto lo agarro pero lo pongo... Ay, no se puede. ¿Para qué todo lo que abro? Pasa un juego de terror. Holy Bible. Opa. No hay ningún libro en especial que se pueda agarrar. ¿Verdad? A ver, primero. Carta. ¿Cuánto me alegro de tener noticias tuyas? Menuda aventura lo de la casa nueva. ¿Recuerdas la habitación diminuta que compartíamos el primer año de la residencia? En la residencia, perdón. Cuando éramos tan desgraciadas y soñábamos con la casa de nuestros sueños. Yo siempre decía que quería una mansión y tú solo querías una casita en el bosque. Mira, ¿quién tiene las dos cosas? Ahí arriba hay alguien que te adora. No me tendría que llamar un poco de toda esa magia. Mándame los números de la lotería que me jugaré todo lo que tengo. ¿En serio? Bueno, no deberías quejarme de esta casa de 2 pisos que tenemos desde que trasladaron a Bob a Winnipeg. Acabamos de colocar nuevos paneles exteriores. Que te mueres de envidia. Si alguna vez quiere que nos intercambiemos, avísame. ¿Cómo están las chicas? Kitty ya ha aprendido su gran aventura europea, hablando de envidia. A ver si me escribes pronto, te echo de menos con Pi, Carla. Bueno. Mira. Bueno, se fueron todos a la mierda. El tema es por qué. Vigente para partir de horario mundial.
Sam. Sam. Hello.
Creo que soy yo.
Sam!
Concha.
Sam, where are you?
¿Dónde estás?
Really?
En serio.
I need to talk to you.
Necesito hablar contigo.
Please be there.
No sé qué dijo ahí. Please be there.
Hi, Mom.
Hola,
So I got
mamá.
my ticket home from Europe. I get back on
Estoy
June
por ir a
6th, but
casa.
it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport, so you don't have to pick me
El
up.
mismo mensaje del
Like,
principio,
really
que
seriously, you don't have
va a
to.
ir por un
Okay,
vuelo más
so
barato.
love you. See you soon. Bye.
El mismo mensaje. Ha llamado a Daniel del barrio donde vivíamos antes. Quiere venir a ver la casa nueva. Llámalo. Mamá, Daniel es un tipo raro, pequeño solo. ¿Qué mensaje? O sea que mucho no hay para hacer. Me imagino que eso soy yo. Bueno, sigamos viendo. Uy, qué feo. Cacho de casa para 4 personas. ¿Mm? Bienvenidos nuevos alumnos, esperemos que estéis tan emocionados como nosotros como el primer día de clase de Good.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl.
De la psico casa.
Great.
Como eres mi hermana favorita, es la única. Va, por lo que entiendo yo. Por ahora lo que entiendo son 4. Los padres y la hermana. Oscar Mazán 60 de Candado Boom murió el mes pasado tranquilamente en su modo. En la farmacia de Condado Boom. Pronto se convirtió, apenas se le veía fuera de casa. Se celebrará un oficio por este domingo de la primera iglesia metodista a la 1 de la tarde. Todos los asistentes serán bienvenidos. Deja atrás a su sobrina Charles Grimbiar. Ah, mira, Grimbiar. Grimbiar. Epa. Así que esta soy yo. Una nota, nada más. Si yo enfoco bien, ¿puedo agarrar lo que yo quiera? A ver. No, por eso no. Tengo miedo, me parezco un fantasma, boludo. Opa, ¿qué es eso? Ish, vodka. No, no hay mucho que hacer, vamos a poner los cajones. Vale. Pioneer. ¿Cuál es la combinación? ¿Cuál será la puta combinación? ¿Por acá? Voy a probar una fecha nomás. 1009. No, me imagino. No, no hay un porongo. Qué mierda, Puedes conseguir algo mejor. De vuelta a lo básico. Viajar en el tiempo otra vez a 1963. ¿Eh? JFK, envenenado, secuestrado y lesionado. Vamos a probar una fecha más. Pero esta vez 63. No hay un cuadro que se dé vuelta o algo, Me cago. No sé. Pero la puta madre que pasa en un juego de terror. Pero es raro el juego. Cero cuatro cinco uno 0451 0451. Me cago que esta mina corre tan lento, la puta madre. 4 5. Oh. Oscar Mason, ¿quién para un sol? No te lo prendí. No sé cuántos se fueron entonces. Here Scott. A ver si me salta el copyright, boludo.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Takelma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Somehow I always knew that someday.
Y me tira todo esto, ¿no?
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow. It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Uy. Hay forma de correr. No. Mira.
How I always do. Now that it's happened,
Creo que era acá. Sí, acá.
we're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I don't wanna sit around and talk about the dinosaur. We're just a good old days. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna say.
Horrible. Tiene pinta de que esta mina es lesbiana. Para mí no es. Qué boludo, me han detenido cosas y vengo hasta acá, no me he roto. Opa. Super fifth tire. Rollo of lift. Qué foto re vieja. ¿Dónde he puesto la clave? Me cago en la puta. Punto 1.7, ¿eh? No, no puede. Anda a leerlo vos, boludo. No hay mucho. ¿Qué carajo? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hay sangre? Ay, boludo.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy, or good, or whatever. But that's when she said, you're so beautiful.
Está bien, pero lo
And she was
digo.
looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Pulp Fiction. Tiene que haber algo, la puta madre. No, no sé. El baño.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
El ambiente es muy de terror. A ver. Acá. Está cerrado. Buscadores de fantasmas. you. Esto acá, acá.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Definitivamente sí. Es lesbiana. Lesbianita. Por esa imagen. Por acá.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
¿Y qué pasó?
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Qué feo. Me agarró como una cosa.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, you didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl. But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group. I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie? About who she is? She said they don't need to know. Katie, you know how Mom and Dad are. Not exactly super open-minded about things. It feels like every minute I don't spend with Lonnie, I spend worrying about them finding out about us. And what would happen if they did? You know Dad's joke about the nunnery that he'd tell whenever he brought boys around the old house? I wonder where he'd want to send me. I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase. Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I take him for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
Me dio risa. ¿Qué más hay? A ver.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone. The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait. Oh my God. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes. Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
La verdad es que sí, es corto. El juego es corto. Te puedes entretener en todo, totalmente todo. O sea, te puedes entretener viendo todo y eso es lo que te hace tardar tiempo. Pero en un momento, si se dan cuenta, empecé a buscar más las cartas para saber qué pasa con la historia. Esta es una historia romántica sobre Kelly. ¿No, Kelly era? No, perdón. Es una historia sobre Sam y Loli. Como ya dije al principio, recuerdo que es lesbiana, pero lesbiana se peleó, están por separar, estaban muy tristes y al final terminaron juntos. Una historia corta pero bastante agradable. La verdad que es un tipo frío, no tiene bases y su justo en marcha. La historia no es wow para nada. Tiene una linda historia para mí. Para me gustan este tipo de historias a veces, por más que sean románticas, melosas, me gustan. Y bueno, para gustos es estricto. Y jugabilidad, no tiene jugabilidad, básicamente es caminar y agarrar objetos y girarlos y escuchar. El ambiente es básicamente solo noche y lluvia. Y bueno, que no lo compraría jamás en mi puta vida, jamás gastaría un peso. Pero bueno, espero que les haya gustado. Soy Wolf Crow y esto es Go Home. Hasta luego, chao.